Ladies and dudes, it is up to us to save these beautiful animals before they go extinct. And there's only 20,000 lions left in this world. We gotta do something to save their kind, no matter what. Well, anyway, hi ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka BoopUp197. This is my review for today. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well, my friends, it's that time again for another movie review. And yes, this movie review I'm going to do for today is another sad documentary movie. Yeah, this one is really, really darn sad. Something that will break your heart for the rest of your life. And we gotta do something to save these beautiful animals, because these animals are the most important ones of all. So for my next movie review is The Last Lions. And yes, it was narrated by our dear beloved Scar named Jeremy Irons. And he did a good job of narrating this very sad documentary movie. So, anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my next movie review of The Last Lions. I don't have much things to say about the storyline. It's a story about this lioness named Mighty Towel. It means mother of lions. Yeah, she had a really rough and tough life of being a good mother to her cubs after when she lost one of her cubs who died in the river getting eaten by a crocodile, and she lost her husband during the time of a battle between the other lions. So she decided to get out of there as quick as she can and save those two remaining cubs so they can find a new home for themselves and try to survive. And that's all I could say about the main plot of the story. And I guess everybody wants to know is, what the heck do I think about this documentary of The Last Lions? Well, to tell you the truth, ladies and dudes, I really do like this documentary. It had a good storyline for the most part, and all the characters are animals, and I love the cinematography. The score was absolutely beautiful. I do enjoy the score very much. And, like I said, it's a really, really sad story. And also, it's a battle of survival. And yes, it's been narrated by the guy who played Scar, Jeremy Irons. Maybe the reason why they chose Jeremy Irons to do the documentary is, well, he played our dear beloved Scar from The Lion King. And he does have a very smooth, silky, rich, Shakespearean type of voice that will fit perfectly, to do the narration of the story, I guess. So anyway, let's head on to my strongest points and the weakest points of The Last Lions. I will say for the strongest points for this movie is a tie. Just a tie of the main beginning of the storyline and also Jeremy Irons' narration. I will say my most favorite part about this movie is the main beginning of the storyline. Something about what is happening to those poor lions. They had like 450,000 lions that came 50 something years ago, but now they're stuck with 20,000. And that's very, very dark to know about these poor lions, that they're losing their kind, and we gotta do something about it. And also the part where we get to know Mighty Towel, the lioness, about when her story began. And also the time when she lost her husband. It's just a sad shame. So yeah, I love the main beginning of the story of the last lines. It was very well done and very well detailed, and something we all need to learn about these poor lions, that they're losing their own kind because for what those horrible people had done to them. And they should be ashamed of themselves for what they done to those poor lions. And I will say for the second strongest point for this documentary is Jeremy Irons' narration. I think Jeremy Irons fits so perfectly for doing the narration of the documentary. He did a well done job. I guess everybody wants to know if, is Jeremy Irons' voice sound very, very scary to you, Boobop197? Because it almost sounds like he does have a very, very scary voice. I will say no. I think Jeremy Irons' voice is not that scary at all. I just want to say about his voice, it's very smooth, silky, rich, and very Shakespearean. The only actor I know right now who has a very scary voice is none other than Alan Scary Rickman. His voice will always be the most scariest voice I will ever heard in my whole entire life. For sure. So anyway, those are the two best, strongest points of the movie. The main beginning of the storyline and Jeremy Irons' narration. And now I got two main weak points of this movie that really did bother me. Just two. There was one scene I don't like in the movie that was kind of heartbreaking to me, but I wish he should not leave one cub behind. While the other is, I wish there was some other male lions that needs more role in the movie. Okay, let's head on to the first major weak point of the movie, and that is, I really don't like the part where Mai Tal left her, the little cub behind. The part where the cub is only half walking, while the other half of her body is, I think she's completely damaged. It was really heartbreaking to see a poor Lioness cub who cannot walk anymore because I think those buffaloes had done something to that poor thing. And I wish that Mai Tal should just keep an eye on her just a little bit and find a way to make her healed up. I just don't like the part where she walked away from her own cub, and I think that was kind of wrong of her. I know she was just too upset about the other cub, who is gonna be, the last male lion standing, I guess. So that's my first major weak point of that movie, is I don't like the part where the lioness leaves her cub behind. And the other major weak point is I feel bad for those male lions. They only had a short role in the story. I wish there was a little bit more male lions showing up in the story. Maybe a male lion who could help out Mai Tal's problems and all that stuff. And I know there are some male lions who took away her territory, if you know what I mean. So yeah, those are my two main weak points of The Last Lions. What should I say about the characters? Well, they're all animals. Well, I guess you want to talk... I'll talk about the main character of the story is, Mai Tal. I will say she's a likable lioness, and I do feel so sorry for her for having a rough and tough life. When she lost her husband, she lost her one cub who's the youngest one of the lion cubs, and I just feel bad for her. She just had a rough and tough life. Yeah, her storyline was so darn sad, and her personality and attitude's fine, and she's just one of these lionesses I do feel sorry for. It's hard for me to say. This will be the most toughest idea ever, or the most toughest thing ever about explaining about a character that I really want to get to know of in a story, I guess. So I guess that's all I could say about Mitel. So anyway, ladies and dudes, here's my final thoughts of The Last Lions. Overall, The Last Lions is a very, very sad documentary to watch. And we gotta find a way to save these animals so they will never go extinct for many, many, many years to come. It had a really good storyline for the most part. The characters were all animals. It has beautiful cinematography, a very beautiful epic score, and I love the narration from our dear beloved Jeremy Irons. He did a well done job with this movie. So for my rating for this documentary, I decided to give it an 8 out of 10. Please check out this documentary to believe it. And that's my whole entire movie review of The Last Lions. And tell me, ladies and dudes, what is your most favorite documentary movie of all time? For me, I will stay with The Wildest Dreams Conquest of Everest, because I think that was the best one I ever watched. And what is your most favorite actor or actress who could do the narration very, very well in a documentary movie? So, also leave a comment there and let me know. And you know me, who's my favorite narrator of all time who could do documentaries and short stories and all that stuff. The oh great and my Liam Neeson. Yeah, you know me well. I love the oh great and my Liam Neeson. And I really, really want to see Honest Thief in the theaters. Please hurry up and give us a TV spot for it, because I've been waiting for it for just a couple of weeks or so. And that's my whole entire movie review of the day. And I'll be back for more movie reviews to come whenever I can get there. So yeah, that is it for now. I'll see you guys later, and sayonara.